Hey everybody, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to a former bad boy artist, Mark Curry. Mark Curry tells his unfortunate story of how when he worked for Bad Boy, Diddy ripped him off, gave him bad contracts, pretty much stole the credits for songs that he wrote and left him destitute. He claims he is currently now homeless, driving a Honda that from 1992 and can't afford insurance for his wife and his son, all because of what happened to him while working for Bad Boy. And he claimed that he wrote Bad Boy for Life also. So Mark Curry should be sitting pretty with royalty checks because of the work that he did under Diddy. One thing I think we can definitely say, we're not sure, right? Only time will tell. We're not 100% sure if all of these FO parties that Diddy had, that he truly violated people, gave them substances and all of that. The trial has to happen, and we'll wait for due process to find out whether he's going to be found guilty or innocent on those charges. Well, one thing I think we can all probably lean to for, almost 100% fact that Diddy did not treat his artists well, whether it came to finances, whether it came to giving them bad contracts, when it came to their royalty checks. It just seems like Diddy, in some way, shape, or form, was just not a good person all the way around. So let's go ahead and get into this story. And this Mark Curry story about Diddy, most of, well, I can't say, well, I'll say probably a lot of Diddy's artists have a similar story. So Diddy, Bad Boy for Life protege Mark Curry reveals hidden meaning of his famous hit song. So the Daily Mail is coming out with a podcast, and it's called The Trial of Diddy. And Mark Curry was one of their guests. I think he was the first guest. So Diddy, Bad Boy for Life protege Mark Curry is revealing a secret meaning behind a song he wrote for the mogul at the start of his career, and how the rapper screwed him out of profits. On the Trial of Diddy, the brand new Daily Mail podcast that launches today, Curry claims the disgraced music mogul screwed him out of credit and profits on songs he wrote. Mark Curry signed with Bad Boy Record in 1997 and said for years Diddy promised him he would release his own album. Sounds very familiar. Diddy seemed to have done that to a lot of individuals. Instead, Curry said he ended up writing songs that Diddy took credit for. One of them was the smash hit "Come With Me," which appeared on the 1998 Godzilla movie soundtrack, sold 1 million copies in the U.S. and reached number 4 on the Billboard charts. That's Mark Curry. Curry claimed not only was the song his creation that Diddy took credit for, its lyrics was about the pain and betrayal Diddy caused him. When I did the publishing deal, I just finished writing the Godzilla Come With Me song, and that song was going to go big, he said. And he knew that at the time he didn't have a publishing situation with me, and he had executed my production deal that I was going into. When it was time to release the song, Curry said Diddy was very adamant about making sure that I signed the contract. Of course he did, right? Because he wanted him to sign that contract before the song went out, so Diddy would make sure that he got most of the money. The contract meant Curry would sign over half the publishing rights, and in return, he would see X amount of dollars. But if I didn't sign a contract, he wasn't going to let me write the song because he wouldn't get the percentage that he would need out of it. So it's like, in order for us to use this song, let me just hit wait so we won't do that. In order for us to use this song, you're going to have to sign this contract. So I'm like, okay, they had the contract. Curry signed the contract, but later discovered he would receive only $25,000, even though it was worth $8 million to $10 million. This is when you got to take a chance on yourself and know your worth. And when someone's pressuring you, like, you know what, but you always got to be willing to walk away. You can't call a bluff and you're not willing to walk away. You always got to be willing to walk away and be like, you know what, I'm not signing. I'm good. Get somebody else to write the song. Why don't you wait until we have a value in it and then give me an offer? Why are you offering me a deal on something we don't even understand its capability? He told the podcast. And that's the foolery. The deal comes before the work. So you offer me a deal after we accomplish what we're reaching for. When it was released in 1998, Come With Me was an instant hit. When I wrote that song, I was trying to write a song for Puff, and I was trying to word it in the words that I thought would best describe him, Curry said. Speaking on the first episode of the trial of Diddy, Curry revealed the hidden meaning behind the song, what he was saying to Diddy at the time. If you listen to that song, every word was what I was saying to him. You said to trust me, you got to listen to that song. Those words, he said. Then I realized that I wanted to start writing more songs about how I was feeling, and how I was feeling was so hurt that all my songs came. Curry went on to appear in numerous Bad Boy record tracks until he left the label in 2005, including the smash hit Bad Boy for Life in 2001. I had no idea that Mark Curry wrote that song. And you know what's unfortunate? That exactly what it seemed like Puffy turned out to be, a bad boy for life. He wrote a tell-all memoir, Dancing with the Devil, referring to Diddy in 2009, which he said was progressively described as a form of insurance. Curry said he hoped Diddy would try to deal with me fairly if he knew I was going to air his dirty laundry, but it didn't work. The book claimed Curry was not only wrote Come With Me, but sang a vocal guide for Diddy that he followed so closely he even perfectly mimicked Curry's hand gestures and facial movements. The notorious B.I.G. was gunned down in a drive-by shooting, and Diddy needed Curry to ghostwrite even more for him, dangling the promise of riches. Instead, he was strung along for years, appearing in news and music videos, writing some of Diddy's biggest hits, and appearing to the world like a cash up right-hand man, but was paid a pittance. Curry detailed how Diddy even ripped off his performers by insisting on singing in their hits, then charging a massive fee or slice of the profits that they only found out about when the smaller than expected royalty check arrived. Diddy seemed to just be brutal when it came to business, and just didn't give his artists, the money and the credit they deserve. Diddy tried the same trick by inserting his fleet of sports cars in their music videos and charging huge fees for the privilege. Other times, he strong-armed his way into songwriting and production credits on tracks he had no involvement in. Very sad. Curry was paid so little that he sold his backstage passes to Diddy's concerts and seriously considered selling marijuana on the side to provide for his family. Last year, I lost my home to foreclosure, just like thousands of other American families who put too much faith in their fellow man, like the sweet-talking lady at the mortgage refinancing company, he wrote. Today, I'm homeless and still driving a 1992 Honda Accord I bought at an auction. I still can't afford health insurance for my son, my wife, or myself. All the while, Diddy flaunted his extreme wealth in front of those he exploited, Curry wrote. Curry told the Daily Mail podcast that he wasn't surprised it took Diddy being charged with sex trafficking and other disturbing crimes for the sorest stories about his exploits to come out. What we're yet to discover that hasn't been discovered or actually been talked about much yet is going to come to surface, he said. We're just scratching away at it. But once we get to see and understand the true story of what's going on, then you kind of understand why it took so long, because it's not just about one person. It's about several people. I think, like all of us had probably said, this Diddy thing is going to get worse before it gets better. And I think the better is that a lot of individuals, including his artists and all of those that are accusing him of very heinous crimes, will receive some type of comfort when they get some type of justice by seeing Diddy perhaps pay for the things that he has done to them. I feel not only now for the victims that are claiming that he excuse me guys, sorry about that, he SA'd them, but now I'm also feeling for all of the artists that worked for Diddy and Bad Boy Records and never received the proper royalties, was given trashy contracts, and was exploited and taken advantage of when all they wanted to do is their art, their music, and their talent. So, like I guess Mark Curry said, we're scratching the surface, and more stories are going to come out as this thing continues to go along. Listen, guys, Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Prayers go out to Mark Curry, who lost his home, who said he can't even afford insurance, and he is still currently homeless. I'm praying for all of the victims, all of the artists that was under Bad Boy, and all of the people that unfortunately had the unfortunate, I guess, I don't know, unfortunate time in life where they ran into Diddy and Bad Boy records and suffered when they was just trying to do the art and the thing that they love. Anyway, guys, hit the like button, chat with me, let me know your thoughts on this story, and I'll see you on the next video.